This episode of Good Morning Wilmington is brought to you by DART, Delaware's public transit service, moving you forward.
What's going on?
Happy Monday, JJ.
How was your weekend?
It was good. It was good. You know, the first week of classes, I got through. So smooth sailing now. Smooth sailing. How about you guys?
Nice. How about
Jordan?
you? What'd you do?
My munchkin is back home from a little summer vacation she had. So we got to spend some bonding time and had loads of fun. Yeah. Can't complain. What about you?
I went to Middletown and got toe up with some friends. We had some crabs and a little beer.
Some shenanigans.
Some shenanigans.
Did you spill any beer?
You tried it. Because I actually did. So, but it's okay. It's okay. You know.
Well, you had me at crabs.
Listen. We were doing all kinds of craziness, but not as crazy. Have you seen these milk cart challenges?
Oh my gosh! Listen.
But I can't say anything because I've done some crazy stuff.
I think we all have, especially as kids. Yeah.
We've all done crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I did some things looking back at it now. I'm just like, yeah, that was not a smart decision.
What's like your top craziest thing you did when you were a kid?
You know what? I think the riskiest things I ever did was like on my bike. Like once I learned, like I was like, I grew up over in Newcastle in Wilmington, and there's this really big hill. Yeah.
Okay.
There's this big hill there, and one of the main roads comes down, and there's a path up the top of the hill between trees.
Okay.
And some friends in the neighborhood and I, we would sit at the top of this hill and wait for a car to turn, and then we would book it down the hill to try to beat the car.
Oh, okay.
So that was a crazy thing. Probably not so smart thing I did.
How about you, Missa? What's the craziest thing you did?
Well, and it's.
So you got to ask her. What'd you do?
I have two. So at one point I used to live off of 28th and Harrison over North Wilmington, and the neighborhood kids. One of the kids did not have brakes on their bike. And so, riding down Monkey Hill,
Good Lord.
On a brakeless bike, that was really insane. But my brother and I used to do some daring stuff, and I know my mom is watching. So, you probably remember this. And Aaron, if you're watching, sorry. We were playing with fire in the kitchen. So, I'm little sister. I'm little sister. I walked in on my brother playing with fire. He was lighting napkins and trying to see how long it could stay lit until he had to like drop it in the sink and put water on it.
Okay.
And so of course I come in the kitchen and I'm like, oh, I'm telling. And he's like, no. I was like, I won't tell if you let me try. So of course I go and do it, and on the way over to the sink, I bumped into him and I'm all like, and it dropped on the chair for our like breakfast set, and you know they had like the styrofoam cushion underneath of the fabric. Oh my gosh, yeah, we burned the seed, and man, my brother got in so much trouble, not me.
It's funny. That is funny.
Thanks for
You're not
taking
off
that,
the
Aaron.
hook.
So crazy thing for Jordan. I did do the cinnamon challenge.
Yeah?
That's actually recorded somewhere online.
I gotta see this.
I did do the cinnamon challenge. So, you know, cinnamon, I like cinnamon, but you don't recognize how powdery cinnamon is.
Yes.
So the challenge is you take a scoop and you put it in your mouth.
Ooh, it gets you.
And you're supposed to swat. It's dangerous, and don't do this at home,
no.
by the way. Don't do this. So I did this, and I was with one of my friends. We did it on camera, and literally I'm like everything's just drying up, so you can just like see my jaws. Like it was bad. It was really bad. And then I would say the second thing. What was the second thing I did? Oh yeah, Nana watches this stuff, so I don't.
Come on and tell it. I just told mine. Come on and tell it.
Can I?
Yes.
Okay, so it's my first time. We had a neighbor that smoked a lot, and I was like, and I was like, "What is that smell?" I said, "I have no idea."
What is that fragrance?
What is that fragrance? No idea, Nana. I knew I shouldn't have been doing it. Don't smoke. But yeah. She knew I was lying.
Those were the two crazy things?
No, but I'm going to stay there.
You're going to stick with
I'm going to
them?
stick with
I
those.
like
That's the story. You're
That's
sticking
my
with it.
story. I'm going to stick
Oh
to it.
my gosh.
Before we're like, I just thought about this because going back to the bike thing. Do you guys know like the grates back in the day? I don't know if they're still like that, but the ones that went straight versus at an angle.
What is it?
Street grates, like street grates.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where like the water would drain. You remember the ones that would go like they have the bars that went like this as opposed to an at an angle?
Yeah.
They're very dangerous to accidentally like ride across on a bike.
Yeah.
Because I have done that and
dear
my
God,
tire
BJ.
went straight down and I went over it.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Jesus.
wait. So circling back to the milk crate challenge that's going on, and you know I love wearing heels. So there was a young lady on YouTube. I watched her do this challenge in what looked like 4 or 5 inch heels. I don't know how in the world she did this.
On the
4 or
crates?
5 inch.
On the crates. She went up like 7 crates high and came down. I'm that person. On the way down, I would have been like, whoop. And my
How
life
did they
would've been
get
over.
like stuck though? Like were they?
Where
was
did
like
this come from? That's what I'm trying to know. Where did
Like,
the
are we
milk
talking
crate come
stiletto
from?
heels, or are we talking like the
They were heels. Like, heels.
She must have been on her toes because like that could have gotten.
She was real patient about it.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
I wish I had that kind of
I'm
patience.
not sympathetic when I see you intentionally climbing these crates.
Yes. I mean, there's
So
people
I am the ignorant person that's like I'm sorry. Like I'm just
Well,
no.
it's one of those things where I'm just like, I don't understand the purpose.
I don't either. like
What was the
I
purpose
like
of
did
all
the
this
climbing.
ice
stuff we
bucket
did as
challenge.
kids,
Right,
though?
I don't know,
Think
I
about
like-
it. Like ice bucket challenge that actually supported something.
Yeah.
And what were you
Yeah.
doing? You were taking a bucket of ice cold water.
But you
Yeah.
got to think about it. It's all virtual
Just
fun.
some fun.
And when we were
Yeah.
kids, we did
Bored
dumb
in the house
stuff.
and I'm in the house
So,
bored.
you know, yeah,
I
all
w-
these
I
kids go off
would-
of what's
Bored
what's
in the
virtual.
house.
I
I'm
wouldn't
in the
do it
house
now.
bored.
I wouldn't do it now.
Well, they are
I would
injuring.
fall and
These
hurt
folks are
myself.
injuring themselves.
This is so
welts
true.
on their back, bleeding right and left. I'm
And
just
you know
like,
we can't be spilling blood
they
nowadays.
can't be spilling blood, especially
Not the
considering
blood.
that blood is a shortage right now.
Yes, definitely.
What is it? There's a blood emergency in
Yeah.
Delmarva. So
Type O.
yeah, type O, right?
Yeah.
So because of COVID and all the lock-ins, a lot of people have not been donating blood.
Yeah.
So
they're missing like 5,000 donors that
Yeah.
used to go to their facilities.
so stay off those milk carts.
Yeah, definitely stay off of them and go donate blood. They'll give you a
Yes.
cookie if you donate.
Yes, so for all those that, if you have donated in the past or if you're interested in donating, you can visit delmarvablood.org. That's definitely
Yeah.
a need. I know I used to donate. I stopped.
Yeah. Oh, I like their phone number too because it's
Yeah.
all 8s. It's
One-
1-888-8
Blood.
blood 8.
Can't forget that.
You can't forget that.
No.
Now, you're not eligible though if you have like cold or flu symptoms because of
That's
course everything comes back to
That's
COVID.
right. That's
Yep.
right.
So yeah, you're not eligible if you have cold or flu symptoms.
Mhm.
However, if you're feeling fine, go eat a good meal, go donate, get a cookie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do it.
So I understand you're getting ready to go sit down with Dr. Doris Griffin. That's going to be good.
Yes, I'm super excited. I get to sit down with Dr. Doris Griffin.
Mhm.
She is the statewide executive director for Delaware Adolescents Program, otherwise known as DAPI. I'm also going to have Donita Moore. She is the Newcastle County Center Program Director there.
Okay.
So I can't wait to have this conversation with these two amazing ladies to talk more about DAPI. Many folks know about it, some don't, but let's go learn some more.
We're doing a lot of talking here in Washington in the Senate about infrastructure. What's that really mean? Well, if we move forward on the bipartisan infrastructure plan that I'm supporting, that's going to mean millions more dollars for Delaware and Delawareans to improve Amtrak and SEPTA, to improve our roads and bridges up and down the state, to make sure we've got better access to broadband so that your cell phone calls don't drop as you drive up and down the state, so that kids can get access to Wi-Fi for school and we can take advantage of telemedicine. I'm excited about a $580 billion new proposal for infrastructure for this country. But more than anything, I'm interested about how this will create good, high-paying jobs in Delaware and make our state easier to live in, more equitable and just, and more accessible in this digital age. For more information, go to my website, coons.senate.gov. Thanks.
All right, I am at the Newcastle County location for the Delaware Adolescents Program Incorporated, and I have the pleasure of sitting with Donita Moore, who is the Newcastle County Center Director, and Doris Griffin, who is the Executive Director statewide for the Delaware Adolescence Program, Inc., otherwise known as DAPI for some of you. Hi, ladies. How are you today?
Hi. How are you?
I am very well. It's such a pleasure to get to meet you. Listen, you guys have been in existence for quite some time, but exactly how long?
We started actually in November 1968.
Woo-wee! Oh my gosh. Listen, that's quite a lengthy tenure.
Yes, it is.
Indeed. And it's so funny. So I'm a Delaware native, and I'm from the north side of Wilmington. And I remember being an adolescent myself, hearing about DAPI and hearing older people talk about DAPI in different situations, you'll go to DAPI if those kinds of stigmas. But I to dispel the stigma of what DAPI is or stands for, growing up, I would hear DAPI is a place where pregnant teens, pregnant adolescents go, like to hide during pregnancy. But I know that that's not what DAPI is really all about. So tell me, either one of you can take this one, but tell me, what is DAPI really here for?
Donita, why don't you take that?
So I like to put it very plainly, as we have in our mission. We provide standards-based education for pregnant and parenting teens. We have unique outreach, mentor, and supportive services that do what? They empower and provide self-sufficiency skills for our young ladies when they graduate.
Very nice, very nice. So help me to understand, and to all of our viewers as well, how does DAPI work?
Well, it starts with a young person saying yes to the fact that they have gotten pregnant.
Okay.
And then the decision has to be made that they know the importance of their education. Another yes.
That's a big one.
Absolutely. And so we are available at that point to receive the referral, or maybe they will call us directly and we'll work with the homeschool for that young lady to come with us for a time. And we will continue her education, be it middle school or high school, or she's a senior, so that she can continue on her academic journey while also learning about what it means to be a mom, and to begin to seriously focus about the productivity needed in becoming a productive citizen in our great state.
I love it. I love it. So, to become a statistic, being a teen parent or an adolescent parent, that could be very stifling in a young one's life growing up. There's so much responsibility in becoming a parent. What kind of enrichment do you guys provide these adolescents to help them understand parenting while staying on track with their education and not being a statistic?
So some of the things that we do, first of all, we call our students DAPI daughters.
Love
They
it.
are just like our own daughters.
Like that.
And so we try to provide them with community partners who come in to teach them everything from how to cook, how to take care of themselves as a young mother and their child. So we make sure that they have the life skills and the tools that they are going to need when they walk out that door.
Nice. That's really nice. Okay, alrighty. So, for the young ladies, the DAPI daughters, and this is for females who have discovered that they're pregnant and, like you said, want to continue with their education being a main priority, as well as learning how to become a better parent. What about the males? Is there something for the males?
Yes, we are interested in the entire young family.
Okay.
And so we have an outreach, a very strong outreach that is supported by the Department of Public Health in their Healthy Women, Healthy Baby program.
Okay.
We provide a program called Adolescent Parenting Connection.
All right.
And so we are working with young women and young men regarding relationship building. Because what better way than to learn whether you are a pregnant teen or parenting father, you need to know how to develop a healthy relationship. And with that comes a series of workshops and activities in reference to how to work as a productive adult in relationship with other people.
That's awesome. So I'm really curious, and we just went through a very major pandemic that we're still experiencing effects of. Was your enrollment affected in some way by the pandemic?
Yes, it was. It was impacted severely, particularly in our Kent County location.
Okay.
And what we have prefaced to do in this season is no longer rely upon our wonderful partnering schools statewide, but to go directly to our constituents and talk about the power that exists within the Delaware Adolescent Program Incorporated. We are here to empower young people to be able to stand and produce. Just because they said yes to being a parent does not mean it's the end of their world.
Yeah, that's really important for them to know.
Yes.
Indeed. I think that's so awesome. So what can our viewers learn from you today to know how they can get involved, especially those who are eager to serve and wanting to volunteer, understanding that you're going straight to the constituents? What can we do?
There are a lot of things you can do. You can visit us on our website at dappy.org, and you will find a tab for volunteering and for mentoring. We've taken it to the 21st century. You can apply online, and we have a database that allows us to connect the mentor with the mentee. There's training involved to help the mentor discover the skills that they need to nurture the young person along the way. They're not there to tell them what to do, but to help them to build the dream of a career or college opportunity.
Very nice. Awesome. So that's dappy.org if you are interested in learning more about volunteering. Ladies, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. I think it's super important for our viewers to understand what Dappy's all about, you know, dispelling any rumors that there may be, and also bringing encouragement and enlightenment to any adolescents so they can understand that it's not just you. It's something that it happens to others too, and there are resources to help you. So again, I thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And we're going to go back over to the studio.
And we're back with all you animal lovers. We are in for a treat. We got Daisy here from Brandywine Zoo. How are you, Daisy?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. And who's your friend here?
This
Just
is
eat.
Juniper.
Hi, Juniper?
She is a North American porcupine.
Wow.
She's eating her favorite food right now, which is kale.
Okay.
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 Nice and healthy.
See, I'm not. Kristen will tell you I'm not a healthy eating person, so I'm glad to see an animal sitting here eating.
I love
Now,
some good kale.
Daisy, tell me about yourself. What's your role at Brandywine Zoo?
So I'm the assistant curator of education at the Brandywine Zoo.
Okay.
So primarily my role is to deliver our fantastic top-of-the-line education programs all around the state of Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland.
Oh, wow.
We have a traveling zoo where we bring the zoo to you to deliver classroom, library programs. We bring our animals on the road.
Nice.
We have our zoo school where you come to the zoo,
Okay.
you learn in our amphitheater surrounded by all of the animals at the Brandywine Zoo.
Wow.
And of course we have our virtual zoo, which is absolutely critical right now.
I bet.
We deliver every classroom program you can imagine virtually
Oh,
to
that's
your
awesome.
classroom.
Wow.
We also have these huge scale virtual field trips.
Wow.
3 planned. The first one's coming right up on September 17th.
Okay.
It's our very famous anti-bullying program.
Oh, wow.
Where we learn how to get along with different types of animals. Maybe some that you don't like as much, like vultures and possums.
Oh,
And we learn to get along with each other.
Okay.
It's only $15 for classrooms and
That's
comes
awesome.
with worksheets.
Oh, that's not bad at
So,
all.
So,
that's fantastic.
You guys sound like you've really moved with the time. With with us dealing with a pandemic now, you guys have really stepped up. How's the pandemic played a role in your work?
It's been tough, just like it has been for everyone, but we're a zoo.
Yeah.
Animals need feeding and cleaning and enrichment 365 days a year.
Yeah.
Whether there's a pandemic or not, we have to go to work. So as long as we have to be at the zoo, we might as well do our best to continue to delivering program. Kids still have to learn. So we want to still be able to bring that absolutely fantastic content to them. And our virtual zoo program has taken off. We've delivered to libraries as far as California.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
So anyone who wants to add something to their virtual science curriculum, we're here for you.
I think that's so awesome. I think about as a kid I went to Warner.
Yeah, I was just about to say
both
that.
went
We
to
both
Warner
went to Warner.
Elementary, which
Both
is
said
right
that.
up the Monkey Hill.
Oh yeah.
So
Monkey Hill.
I know. I can only think about being at that elementary school. One of the big field trips was going down to Brandywine Zoo. So understanding that you've been able to move into a virtual feature, with doing these virtual field trips. I can only imagine how engaged you've been with the schools. Like, that must be really big, huh?
Absolutely. We're so happy to be so engaged with the schools in Wilmington. Even if the kids aren't present at school, we still want to bring them to the zoo in whatever way we can.
Nice.
So whether the kids are at home, whether they're in the classroom, it doesn't matter to us. Come to the zoo in whatever way you can.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, being shut down during, well, maybe not shut down, but having a difference in attendance during the pandemic, what are you guys doing for funding? Like, how do you go about keeping your funding up without the...
It has been a challenge. We are incredibly lucky to be part of Delaware State Parks. So we have had support from Delaware State Parks. And we are coming back in a big way. We had several very successful sip and stroll evening programs. They were all socially distanced, so we had lower maximum numbers at those. But they were an absolute blast. We had High Point giving out free ice cream.
That's awesome.
We had Belfont Brewery.
Okay.
And so we are ending the summer in a huge way with our Lemurs and Loggers event
Ooh.
on September 17th.
September 17th. So that's coming up.
That is coming
That
right
is
up.
like 3 weeks. Wow.
And get your tickets before they're gone. Because
Okay.
again, we're only selling a limited number so we can keep social distancing.
Gotcha.
The Lemurs and Loggers is going to be our big fundraiser. That's what's going to keep us going through the year and able to care for all of our animals like Juniper here.
Nice.
We're going to have breweries. We're going to have food trucks. We're going to have music and entertainment. We're going to have activities for the kids. This is going to be an event for everybody.
Wow.
And of course, we're going to have all the fantastic animals at the Brandywine Zoo out after hours. I'm so excited for this event. You're going to
Sounds like a really big deal.
I'm going to be bringing animals out all night.
I gotta say, Juniper is it's she. Juniper,
It is a she.
The crew here, they'll tell you. I have Max, a German Shepherd, and he don't even sit still this long. How? Like what? Just feeding Juniper, and that's what's gonna keep her.
If she has
It's
the
like
right
she's just
snacks,
centering her chi.
she'll stay here forever.
Listen, I understand. I
So
kind of say the same
what-
thing about my daughter.
What else besides it's porcupines, right? What else?
Yes.
How else do they defend themselves, or is that the main way?
The quills is the main way.
The
So if
quills,
you look,
okay.
she has a very large concentration of quills on the back of her neck
Okay.
and on her tail.
Oh, okay.
So the back of the neck is where a predator would go for her.
Mhm.
The tail is her defense.
Oh, wow.
So if anything's coming up behind her, she can actually swipe her tail.
Oh.
Right now, the quills actually don't look that dangerous because she's nice and calm. She has her snack.
Mhm.
But if she senses something threatening, or you can see all these little hairs here, these are kind of alert hairs. So if you actually touch those hairs,
Yeah.
you see the quill
I
start to
see.
stand on
It's,
edge.
yeah,
She's like, wait a
stand-
minute.
Yeah, back
Oh,
up.
whoa, what you doing?
Back up.
Anything that goes into touch her is going to get quilled very quickly. And these quills, they're hollow, they're very long.
Uh-huh.
They can pierce skin very quickly.
Oh, wow.
But also, porcupines love to roll in anything gross. And so
Gross.
it makes the quills really dirty.
Oh, no.
So you're going to have the additional problem if you get quilled by a porcupine of getting an infection pretty quickly.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I can imagine. Now, is this all? They're quills, you said. I want to make sure you're educating my ignorance, so thank you. Now, does this all the way around, like how when
Not
she's laying
underneath.
on her
It doesn't
stomach?
look
Yeah, it
like
doesn't look
they're-
like.
There aren't any
So
underneath.
you might notice that the way she sits, she's kind of covering up her belly.
Yeah.
That's because there aren't any quills on her
Okay.
belly. So let me
Okay.
see if I can get her to show you.
Okay.
You still got some snacks, and so you don't want to
She's
do it.
like,
She
give
is
me.
not letting
Oh,
go.
what if I
There we
steal
go.
your
Yeah,
snack?
nice.
What if I steal your snack? Ooh, you want this one? You want this one?
Oh,
wow. So
look.
if she stands up, you see,
Yeah.
there's no quills here.
Okay.
There's not her
Yeah.
belly.
Nice.
She doesn't like it, but there you go.
That's one way to get to her stomach.
Interesting.
So-
Oh, look at, is that like, what do you call it? Is it a nose or a snout or?
Yeah, so her snout also doesn't have any quills on it.
Hi.
Wow.
And her little hands don't have any quills.
Okay.
And her little feet.
Yeah.
So you'll notice how she sits is kind of protecting all those parts that don't have any quills.
Definitely.
Now, I
the whole
imagine
back.
what, you guys have, some animals just can't be mixed in together, correct?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So what other animals at the zoo do you guys have right now that folks can come see? I'm just curious.
Oh my gosh.
All kinds of
We
All
have
kinds, I'm sure.
What are like the top 3 that
Yeah.
people like to check out?
I would say it would have to go Andean condor.
Oh,
It's one of the largest flighted birds in the world, a
That's a
10-foot
bird.
wingspan.
Okay.
They're a species of vulture, actually, from South America. They're absolutely stunning.
Okay.
You might know the California condor, very endangered bird. They're very closely related, but
Okay.
from the Andes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would have to go with our lemurs. Everyone loves a lemur.
Yeah.
You know, they're the star of our upcoming fundraiser. We have 3 different species of lemurs, though.
Oh,
We have
interesting.
ring-tailed lemurs, black and white ruffed lemurs, and crowned lemurs.
What makes them so different other than their names,
They
of
look
course?
completely different.
They look completely
So the
different. Okay.
ring-tailed lemurs, classic. They have the rings on the tail.
Okay.
Black and white ruffed lemurs, much different. Very fluffy.
Okay.
Patches of black and white.
Okay.
Okay.
Crowned lemurs, very tiny. Males are gray, females are a reddish color, and they have a little patch of different color on their head. It looks like a crown.
Okay.
So over in Madagascar, there's actually over 100 species of lemurs.
Oh, wow.
And so we have 3 of those species over at the Brandywine Zoo in our absolutely stunning Madagascar exhibit.
Yeah,
There's
and that's
also
new.
guinea fowl. It's brand new.
Brand new. I
Wow.
can't wait to
Brand
check
new.
it out. Yeah, I remember when you guys were building it.
It's beautiful. You can see it from the road. It's absolutely immense.
Wow.
So the Lemurs and Loggers event, the pavilion is going to be open with the lights on. You're going to be able to watch those lemurs all night. And lemurs are actually something we call a crepuscular animal.
Crepuscular. It's
Crepuscular.
word of the day.
Yes.
My word last week was kerfuffle. Now it's crepuscular. I'm gonna figure out a way to use that in a sentence.
It means they're most active at dawn and dusk.
Okay.
So
All right.
coming to this event at dusk
think
is
it's
going to be
amazing
best
that
time.
I know, right? I'm gonna figure that out. Now, help me understand. I've read you guys have an escape room.
Yes, we do.
Now, with a porcupine right here in front of me, I can only imagine. My imagination went somewhere. I'm like, what's an escape room at Brandywine Zoo look like? Like, I'm a little nervous. Explain that to me.
No animals will be escaping.
Okay. I was worried. I was like, I'm going to escape. Put me in a room with any kind of
So,
animal.
Clues at the Zoo,
Okay.
an escape room experience is coming up in October.
Gotcha.
It's going to be our first escape room experience that we've done at Brandywine, so you do not want to miss it.
Nice.
really
And that's a good in spirit of Halloween too.
Just because
Yeah.
it's the first time.
Okay.
It's going to be a puzzle-based problem-solving experience.
Okay.
We're going to have some food vendors, some beer vendors, of course. It's going
Okay.
to be a little more adult.
Okay.
It's going to be an absolute blast. If
I'm-
you're someone
Sounds
who
like
likes
it.
escape rooms, likes puzzles, all of
Definitely.
that, it's a can't miss event.
I like puzzles.
This sounds awesome. Puzzles, beer.
Hey, listen, I'm
You
all
know?
for it. I'm
And
all
see,
for
animals.
it. Animals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Okay.
it. Well, you have given us a plethora of things to get ready to line our ticket sales up for you guys.
Indeed.
So I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna buy quite a few of these. This is
yeah.
exciting, and thank you for
Yeah.
bringing. Give me your name again.
Juniper.
Juniper. All right. Well, thank you so much for all that you're doing, and keep up what you're doing with the kids, with bringing the animals out. This is
Definitely.
much needed because we need to expose our kids to every and anything. So the fact that you're doing this post-COVID is much needed. So
Yeah.
we'll be right back. Special thanks to Daisy and Lanice.
Government doesn't make a move without an agenda, some type of plan. The problem is we haven't been on the agenda. Sometimes we're overlooked. Sometimes our interests aren't the interest of those in power. I'm your host, Kerwin Gaines, on DETV's new show, The Agenda. We're going to do our best to ensure that you, Delawareans, are knowledgeable about what's going on in the Assembly. Federal government, local government, it doesn't matter. We're going to do our best to ensure that folks that make the agenda on a daily basis have to answer for it. Let them explain what they're doing. If it affects you, it's on the agenda.
All right, we're back. That was an awesome interview with Dr. Doris.
An awesome conversation,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, I enjoyed hearing more about the enrichment that they provide for not just soon-to-be young moms, but also dads. They have a program for the dads as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that was something I did not know. And I think it's important to, really educate people about the resources that exist. Because when we're having that conversation and we let other adolescents understand it's not just you going through the situation you may find yourself in. There are others, and there's a place where you can go for help and assistance.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's really
so
good.
it's
I love Dr. Doris. She's very active in the community, active in her church as First Lady. Like, there's not one thing I haven't seen her not do. So to be as active heading up DETV like this, that's really good.
Definitely, and it's really big. One thing that I enjoyed hearing her talk about, not only do you identify that you are expecting a child as an adolescent, whether you're in middle school or high school, but you also have decided that you want to keep your education a priority. So those are the first two qualifiers for the program. That was awesome.
That was good.
Yeah.
Now, JJ, you missed it. We had a porcupine.
I know. I'm so mad. I missed
on
it.
the table.
It was so
just
adorable.
eating kale like it was nothing.
I love it.
Yeah.
We eat the same things.
Y'all
Kales,
healthy,
apples.
healthy people.
I know.
Get me just some substance.
Are you a little prickly too?
So, well, depends on what time of day it is. In the morning, sure.
Before coffee.
I'm excited for Brandywine Zoo. They did well during the pandemic and after, and they're taking the animals out to a lot of different kids. And I'm excited for the escape room.
Listen, the escape room sounds really
cool.
fun. Their big fundraiser for September 17th that Daisy was mentioning. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
The lemur. Yeah, they have lemurs there.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's like one of their major showcases there. So I love it, and it's going to be an evening, family, fun, beer, food.
Well, they do that.
Lemurs.
Speaking of that, they've been doing the sip and stroll too, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
I love how they've been innovative with having various events to, help keep active.
Yeah, and then that they're going out to the kids. I love that even more.
Definitely.
I love that
the
even more.
education that they give kids about animals, I think is great.
Right.
You know?
And it's perfect timing too, with everyone getting back to school.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
It is back to school time.
It is back to school. It's crazy. Speaking of back to school,
I know.
USA Today, this is going to be interesting, posted a mix of college mascots, both cute, ugly, sexy. We gotta look at some of these.
Sexy though.
What's it? Sexy? They said some of these were sexy.
Sexy.
We gonna be the judge of this, right? So let's see. So I want to look at some of this.
I don't think I've ever seen one sexy.
I want to look at some of these. So the first one that we're gonna look at is
Okay.
Big Red, Western Kentucky.
All right, we got it up on the screen here, right?
Okay. Oh, that's.
What is that?
What is that? Okay.
It's like a goober.
All right.
I'm trying to figure out what it is. It kind of looks like a deformed
Is
Elmo.
that a gummy?
I don't know.
Gummy bear?
Is its mouth open?
I don't know what that is. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out what it is.
Keep in mind, USA Today
like-
posted these two people. For those of you watching, there's supposed to be some
Western
interesting looking
Hold on.
college mascots.
Think about
the
this, guys.
creepiest ones.
Think about this. You know what the Crayola crayons look like, but think about maybe the larger size
the
mimics.
big ones.
The big ones, and
Yeah.
the top of the Crayola crayon. That's what that looks like.
All right, let's see.
With eyebrows.
The
and eyes.
next one
Okay, we
is
can go with that.
Boko the Bobcat.
Oh.
This is Texas State. Okay.
Okay,
That's
don't
a
mess with
bobcat?
Texas.
That's a bobcat?
Don't
Yeah,
mess with
that's-
Texas.
I immediately went to that escape room at the Brandywine Zoo. Whoa! Could you imagine that being
Let
in
me
that
crawl
room?
my way
Okay,
out.
All right.
Look at the eyes.
I know.
It's a little creepy.
I don't know if I
A
want to
little?
have homecoming
Super
next to that.
creepy.
It's like, yeah.
But then it has like a soft bunny type
It's got like a
nose.
pink nose.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
That's
All right.
the only thing soft
Let's
about
go
it.
to the next one. It's Nittany Lion, Penn State.
What the heck is that?
What is that?
Is that a bear that just busted out the joint?
That's
Oh no.
Like, what is going on?
That's a Nittany Lion from
Is it a
Penn
dog,
State.
a bear? What?
They again, USA Today people. They said these are creepy mascots.
Maybe they just need like better costume makers.
Why do I not remember this though? Because I thought it was something
Penn
completely
State?
different.
Yeah, that's what's blowing me.
I don't know.
Is it like an imposter?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe
that's why it has
the
the black and
teeth
white stripe.
are terrifying.
Arr.
Not to mention the nose. I'm trying to understand what's
mouth.
happening with the nose.
What have they been doing?
And then he's
All right, next one. Next one, Stafford Tree,
Nick.
Stafford University.
Is
it
this
a
a bunch
Christmas
of?
tree?
No, that looks like a leafy vegetable, a green leafy vegetable.
Look like a deformed Christmas
this is
tree.
Stanford.
Oh my gosh.
Stanford tree.
Stafford University. Oh my God.
Who came up with this?
I don't know. Is this like some random college student just?
Did you guys
Maybe.
ever
I'm
watch the
wondering.
show where famous people go on and they sing, and then they wear
the
The
masked
masked
singer.
Yes,
singer.
the
My
masked
daughter
singer.
and I love watching that. Yeah.
They had something just like this on the show, and it was a tree with a mouth and a whole thing. And I can't remember
Oh my God.
who the celebrity was, but that's immediately what I think
All
of
right,
when
let's
I see
go to
this.
the next
Yeah.
one. Pistol Pete, Oklahoma State. Wow.
Now he looks fun.
Wow. That's
Look at that face though.
Yeah,
it's very
that's-
detailed.
Small hands.
yeah.
That's all I see.
Grab onto my strong
The
hand,
head,
child.
the
Big
head
head,
is so
small hands.
realistic.
That reminds me of
too.
a president that we had.
Oh dear God. Whoa.
It is orange.
Yeah.
But the
Whoa.
face, the facial features are just so realistic. I think that's what makes it
Super realistic. But he
super
looks like
creepy, too.
he's fun. Like I could see him being in the crowd and just like
Pistol
having a good time.
having a good old time. Having a good old time.
Yeah. I feel like they could have
Yeah.
given him a better hat.
Maybe
Yeah.
a bigger buckle.
Yeah, that's
That's
Not
that's
bad,
Just,
not
that's
bad.
just sad. So sad.
Yeah.
All right, and the last one is Purdue Pete from
Okay.
Purdue University.
Whoa.
Ooh.
I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone.
It looks like a character from American Horror Story.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Parents
Yeah.
sometimes call the school to complain that the mascot scares the kids.
I
Go
bet.
He also has a weapon, which is kind
a
of
hammer, and his eyes are sunken
In?
Get Out, the movie?
Yeah.
Like what? Like,
Yeah. This definitely looks
Purdue
like something out of the Twilight
Yeah.
Zone. Yeah.
So-
I
wow.
No.
I would love to
No.
hear the viewers'
No.
he has
view on
why,
these.
And you
why
know-
does he have a hard hat on? I don't understand
know.
what's
Yeah.
happening.
Because he has the big mallet or hammer, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being in the crowd and like the mascot coming and like trying to surprise you from behind?
Not with that in his
With
hand.
the
no.
hammer?
With the hammer?
No.
I wouldn't
would
respond
run.
well to that.
And isn't
yeah.
homecoming usually like around, like right before Halloween anyways?
Typically.
Typically,
yes,
yeah.
typically.
Yeah, that would freak me out. That would really freak me out.
Definitely.
Wow.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, no.
That's
Oh my
something.
Those are
gosh.
some pretty good picks.
Those
Definitely.
are some pretty good picks.
No, interesting picks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting is always the
This
same
Yeah.
was
word.
the creepiest list, right?
Yeah.
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 Bad.
I don't know about the sexy part.
haven't seen
That was
anything
really weird.
sexy.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe it was the Crayola looking thing. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well,
You know.
when the spirit of being back to school, I get to sit down with my boy CJ Bell,
I
Right.
founder and CEO of The Connect. Yo, homie is killing it.
Yeah.
Helping young folks professionally.
I mean, this is really cool what
It
he's
is.
doing.
It is.
Yeah.
I can't wait to learn more about The Connect. You know, I did some research, but from what I see, he is really doing a good thing for young professionals, those that are
Yeah.
in college and leaving college. So this is gonna be good. So
Okay.
I'm gonna get ready to go and sit on down with Mr. CJ Bell.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right. For all you young professionals out there, we are in for a treat. We're sitting down with Mr. CJ Bell, founder and CEO of The Connect. What's going on, sir?
Hey man,
Good
happy
having
to be
you.
here. Happy to be here.
It's good
man.
seeing you. Man, let me say something. You are by far the most connected young person I know. And I'm saying young person like we're not the same age, right?
Man.
But help me understand something. One thing that I love about The Connect, why did you start that organization? What is it founded on? How did you get to that?
Yeah. So I have to shout out the Urban League under the inaugural cohort for the James H. Gilliam Fellowship. My policy initiative is millennial retention, right?
Okay.
I was raised on it's not where you are, but you know your experience is what you make of it. So of course we're in Delaware. So now it's like, oh, we're surrounded by Philly, Washington,
Right.
Stuff like that. And I'm just like, okay, well, how about we build something here? So I literally started Timothy's Riverfront Grill. And I just invited my friends that, we just graduated. And then I just thought about people that, you were in the industry that they wanted to be in. So if you wanted to become a lawyer, I brought a lawyer. And I just handheld people at the bar and was like, you need to talk to this person.
Right.
So that's how it came about.
And it's funny. Delaware is very big on relationships, right? For as small as this town is, everybody knows everyone.
Yep.
And I'll never forget the first time I went to one of your functions. It was a happy hour introducing the general public, more young professionals, millennials, Gen Zs, to this organization that you had founded. And what I love is the organicness about it. There was no intense expectation. And do you feel like you made it that way because of how you had to navigate professionally?
It's just from peers' feedback. Honestly, we built it very intentional. I tried to build the Connect, and I'm just thinking about a networking event, right? One, people hate the speed dating. Hey, I'm so-and-so, this is what I do. Like that, if you think about it, that takes a lot of time from the event. So, okay, let's build the event as if I was an introvert. So simple things like, you're not gonna put your name on your name tag, because in realistic time, like I'm not gonna remember your name once I walk away from you in about 10 minutes. So you're gonna put the career industry of interest you're in. So now if I'm like a little shy or a little hesitant, I see you're in the industry I'm in, it's an easier conversation that happens more organically. And that's just been something that we've really pride ourselves on, just because it's hard to get people to come out. Like if you think about it, how many speed dating events are still going on? It just doesn't really happen. So
now, just a little bit about your background. You're currently working with Newcastle County, Matt Meyer.
Right? Yes, my guy.
But before that, you were working. You and I would cross paths when I was working with Colleen Davis, the state treasurer. You were working with Senator Carper. Who else have you worked with?
Worked with Senator Carper. Campaign coordinator for Governor Carney in his last re-election campaign. So big shout out to him as well. So those have been the three principles I work for. People say I'm going backwards. I started federal, state, now local, but it's been an experience, and it has definitely helped me see how much Delaware actually has to offer. You know, a lot of people say Delaware is a small state. I really think it's just a small ecosystem. A lot of people move in the same circles, hang around the same people, so naturally you're gonna feel repetition. But the connect, we pride ourselves on, there's one number, it's dropped a little bit, but it used to be 52%, now it's 48, and that's first time attendees. So what that means is if you come to a Connect event and you come to the one, later on, there's a chance that 48% chance those are going to be all new attendees. So what does that mean? They're adding to an ecosystem. So you may not know these people, so it just goes to show that Delaware isn't small. We're just not expanding our outreach. And
that's good because, you and I both haven't been a part of the Urban League Young Professionals, another great external way to connect. But there's been so many young professional organizations that I always saw the same individuals. Like you and I would joke sometimes, like, CJ, if I see you one more time at this event, but when I would come to your Connect event, it was very organic and folks that I hadn't even met before. So how did you tap into a plethora of individuals that other young professional groups haven't tapped into?
I'm going to go back to my first boss. I'm going to go back to Senator Carper. And one thing he's always taught me is to have people around you that's smarter than you. And for me, building my team out, I had to make sure I had people that were smarter than me and also that would challenge me. So that means if I design a team of all CJs, we're going to all think about the same crowds to attract. But if I'm bringing people on and be like, CJ, this is, behind the scenes, like, no, this is wrong, we're not doing that. You naturally are going to get a different crowd. So I've been very intentional about, bringing on team members that are not myself, that are actually going to compete with what I'm thinking about doing. And that has naturally just allowed us to expand, just a broader outreach, a broader ecosystem. And just like I said, being intentional, man, we try to put each event a theme to it. So a theme of a certain industry. So whether that's small business, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether that's law, like, different things of that sort, trying different events like karaoke night. We've been really successful with that. So, that's really how you build that, and continue to get different people and not have the same repetition.
Right. Now, you also have had, while I love when I'm attending, it's very organic, but it's just staying focused on that alone. You've got folks from real estate. You've got folks in insurance. I met so many different individuals, digital marketing folks, and to see them grow their network by just coming to a happy hour where individuals can connect with folks that they would never even meet. What do you typically hear that individuals walk away from after connecting? They meet the guest speakers. Like, what's the norm that you've heard from folks when they leave?
A lot of people, they don't expect what they get out of it, right? They expect, I'm just coming out. My friend told me, or I seen this event, and just thought about showing up. And for them, it's like, wow, like I got so much more than I expected. That's usually the response I get. I've seen group chats get started after after these events. I've seen people actually come together to start a business, and I've just seen jobs happen. A lot of it is indirect, right? And sometimes that's hard to measure. But you just have to be very strategic in how you do your data management and your data analytics to be able to show forth like, hey, this is a productive organization bringing together different people of, you know, all sorts of backgrounds.
So what's next for you? Now you're working in government.
Yeah.
You've worked in government, still working in government.
Yes.
You're,
For some reason,
you're
I
reaching
keep
out.
coming back.
Yeah, you keep coming back. Right? You're reaching out to individuals our age bracket to help them broaden their professionalism. What's next for you?
The next thing for me, it may sound a little cliche, but it's just to show young professionals that we really do have a voice and we really can create momentum. So one thing we're pushing and expect to hear a lot of noise about it next year during election year 2022 is last call law.
Okay.
So one thing that, you know, keeps Delaware, I guess, hard to be in the millennial hub playground is we have an early last call law. It's the second earliest in the nation, tied with, I think, South Dakota and I think Alabama as well. Wow. Alabama has an exception where certain cities have a later last call law, but we have a pretty early one. It's definitely the earliest in the Mid-Atlantic. So what we're trying to do is get legislation to go from 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. And doing that
1 a.m. to 2 a.m. for
last call. So for, you know, extending bars, so forth and so on. So that allows us, one, it's also a safety issue just because I know a lot of people just like you do as well that will leave a bar, go to Elkton, you know, get some more drinks or drive to Philly, right. So, you know, we're really trying to push that. And that's the next thing. I really want to show young professionals that we do have a voice and we can make a lot of noise when we come together.
And that's huge because that's going to be an economic boost, wouldn't it? Would you say for the city, the county, and the state?
Especially the city and the economic development that they're driving here. Downtown development districts such as Newark, you know, that's a university hub. I can see Dover really benefited from it as well. And a couple other emerging places that, you know, has some construction going on. So
that's huge, CJ.
Yeah.
Not only are you connecting young professionals our age bracket to broaden their professionalism, but you're also getting them involved with the process to keep them here in the state. Because like you and I, you know, we'll joke off camera, well, I'll go to Philly, I'll go to DC. Like you can't really hang out, but you're trying to keep young professionals here as well as broaden our professionalism. So I can't thank you enough for all that you're doing, man.
Thank you.
Keep up all the great work. Now, is there a membership requirement to be a part of it?
So we just started memberships last year. If you visit our website, theconnectde.com, you'll see the membership options. You'll see ways to get involved, and you'll see the last call law legislation that we're working on. But for us, like I said, it just goes back to being intentional. How do we define a young professional? Well, a young professional is first someone who has a living wage. I can't expect you to be out and about in this community if you're worried about your rent and your mortgage, right? The second part is just being an active citizen. So we teach political advocacy, you know, in the guise of a happy hour. And then the third is giving back. So we do, you know, all sorts of things, back to school drives, toy drives, mentorship opportunities. And studies show the more invested you are, the more likely you are to stay in that area. So
that's awesome.
When you combine those three, you cultivate people to, you know, kind of fit that definition, you'll naturally have more young professionals in the state of Delaware.
Listen, anybody that's running for office, they better hit you up because you got a plethora of young professionals and you're helping them with job professionalism. Like, man, you're killing all the spectrum. So I can't thank you enough, man.
We're here, man.
Yeah. Well, big shout out to CJ Bell, founder of The Connect. We'll be right back. This month in Delaware, the 113th Annual Art and Fair will be held on September 4th and will feature artisans, antiques, and live music. Catch the opening of the fall exhibition season at Delaware Contemporary's first Friday event on September 10th. September 11th and September 12th, head down to Brandywine Park to enjoy local food vendors, artisans, and artists at the 60th Annual Brandywine Festival of the Arts. The Odessa Brew Fest will take place September 11th and will highlight local and national breweries. Make sure to vote for your favorite in the 2021 Brew Bracket. Check out all the fascinating fungi at the 36th Annual Kennett Square Mushroom Festival from September 11th through the 12th. On September 12th, celebrate Grandparents' Day on the historic Wilmington and Western Railway. Enjoy a 90-minute train ride and a picnic at the Grove. Head to Brandywine Zoo for lemurs and ligers on September 17th, where you can enjoy live music, drinks,
and food, and some close-up looks at the zoo's wild residents. Check out over 500 antique cars at the Hangley Car Show on Sunday, September 19th. Enjoy the traditional food, music, and dance at the Wilmington Hispanic Heritage Festival at Bellevue State Park on September 20th. Put on your finest for Wilmington's Dîner en Blanc on September 25th. Enjoy the food, drink, and good times at Wilmington's classiest outdoor event.
Welcome back, everybody. I am down here at the riverfront on Justin Street, here at the beautiful Juice Joint right across from Constitution Yards. And I have the pleasure of sitting down with the owner of Juice Joint, Lanice Wilson. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Good. And not only that, but I'm also sitting down with Tamera Earl, who is the owner of Delectablez. So hi, ladies.
How are you?
Let me just say, what a beautiful place this is. You know, Jordan has come into the studio a couple of times with juices and stuff from this place, and I've always been like, what do you have? And he told me like where he got it from, and you lovely ladies here. So I had to come down and check it out.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, coming out of the lockdown and COVID and everything, there's so many new places that I'm trying to get out and see, and also want to share with the audience so that they can come out as well. So tell me a little bit about yourselves and Juice Joint and Delectablez. Where should we start? Tell me about yourselves.
Yeah, we can start at the Juice Joint.
Okay.
So the Juice Joint opened last year. July 17th, 2020 was our supposedly soft opening date. And just to go back a little bit, my business partner Renee and I meet annually, typically January, and we always meet down here at the riverfront just to kind of brainstorm, vision board, and just figure out what opportunities we're interested in or how we're trying to move our business forward, because we currently own a spa. And I just had this idea for a while. My daughter introduced me to juicing about 6 or 7 years ago. I loved it, still love it. I'm passionate about it, and I'm always intrigued by food that acts like medicine, or that is medicine for that sake. So fast forward, we talked January 2019, we opened July 17th, 2020.
That's fantastic. So tell me about, because I mean, this was kind of coming out of lockdown time.
Yeah.
So what was that like? And were you like a little nervous coming out of that? Or
absolutely. So, like, who opens a business in the middle of a pandemic? Right?
Believe it or not, there's been a lot of people that have done it, which has been surprising.
Yeah, well, for us, we weren't aware of those people.
Yeah.
We just knew, like, are we crazy? Like, is this the right thing to do? But it was important to kind of fall back into why we were doing it in the first place, which is all about community, it's all about health. And if it was a better time, it was then, because more people were conscious of their immune health and just overall fitness.
Yeah.
So we just figured, why wait?
That's awesome. I mean, and I love that you said the why. Like any entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur, they always have to go back to the why.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So that's fantastic. So tell me a little bit about your partnership together here at the Juice Joint.
Sure. So let Tamera introduce
Yeah.
our business first, and then we can
Then
talk
we'll
about
talk about
it.
that. Yeah, so tell me a little bit about Delectablez.
So Delectablez, I do all vegan and organic foods, and it just so happened that Lanice, she had messaged me on Instagram like, I need your waffles.
Waffles.
They're elderberry waffles. And around the time it was around COVID, you know, people were coming back out and things like that. So elderberry is very, very good for your immune system. It supports your immune system. So she was like, I really need this here, and she wanted vegan options here as well.
Okay.
So we kind of just collabed. Yeah, and ever since then,
So
it's
then
been
I had
great.
the waffles, and then I had the pizza, and then I had the snacks, and I was like, we need them all.
Listen, I understand that. Yeah, because I'm vegetarian. I can't go vegan because I do love cheese. It's the only thing that's holding me back.
I'll help you out.
Okay.
She
All
will
right.
help you out.
Listen, we'll talk after this because it's the only thing, but I'm very health conscious as well, so I really love that you guys are doing this. I've actually juiced for a very long time, being vegetarian, because certain things and nutrients that I don't get from not eating meat, juicing helps me with the supplements of that, not having to do pill supplements. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. So tell me a little bit, so you bring in all the vegan type foods, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then the juicing is
Yeah.
Okay.
So all
very
in,
cool.
everything's in house. Yeah. So all the juicing, smoothies, smoothie bowls. We have toast, various fancy toast. So avocado toast, figs and brie, things like that. We do salads. We deliver. We actually have a delivery service. So if anyone's interested in that, we can deliver weekly or we can deliver monthly. And there's various packages online at myjuicejoint.com.
That's fantastic. Like, I'm excited. I'm going to take a whole bunch of this stuff back with me because I know Jordan will be mad if I don't. So I will make sure to take some stuff back. But tell me, like, what are some of your most popular items here? So if someone new walks in the door, what would you typically recommend for them to try on their first visit?
Yeah, so our most popular juice is the green tonic.
Okay.
So it's spinach, green apple, mint, kiwi, anjou pear, and lime, and ginger. So it's a great introduction because it's a green juice, but not very green forward, since it's really, really nice balance to it and not too sweet, not too tart.
Right.
So that's our most popular juice. People really tend to go crazy for our acai bowls. Tamera's pizzas are a hot item. We actually won Best of Delaware for 2021 for our juices and our smoothies.
So that's really great. I love that. I can't wait to try some of those items. But before we get to that, Tamera, I hear there's some really good news as well for Delectablez. Do you want to share?
Yeah. So I recently won season 2 of Aisle Trials. If you guys haven't seen it already, check it out. It's on YouTube. And so basically all of my cast iron vegan pizzas will be in the ShopRite stores of Delaware very soon. So I'm really, really excited about that. Now the underserved vegan community can now have another option in grocery stores, which is very important.
And we need it.
Absolutely.
Because we have maybe like 2 doors worth of stuff in grocery stores.
They're not all very good.
And they're not very good. And then you look at the ingredients on the box, you're like, oh no.
So much stuff, all this soy and everything, because all my products are source free. So.
That's fantastic. I mean, so if, they can't get it here at the juice joint. If they can't get down to the juice joint, they'll be able to go over to ShopRite.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
That's really great. Great news. Ladies, thank you so much for taking the time and letting me come down to visit you and find out all of this beautiful information. I am really excited to go try pretty much everything on this menu right now. So I'm going to go grab some lunch. Thank you, ladies, again, and we will be right back, you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So before heading back to the studio, I had to stop and try some of these things down here at the juice joint. So what I've got here is the peach smoothie, acai bowl, and the green tonic juice, and vegan cheese pizza, you guys. I can't wait to try any of this, so we're gonna start with this one right here. So good. It does taste like peach pie. Absolutely tastes like peach pie. Very good. All right, so we're gonna dive into here. We've got all kinds of stuff in here. So we got strawberries, blueberries, bananas, some shaved coconut, all my favorite things. So we're gonna try this out. Very good. I'm normally not a big coconut person, but that's nice and light, nice and refreshing, nice and cool for the summertime. All right, let's try this green tonic. Lanice said it's a bestseller, so we're gonna give it a try. Very good. Very, very good. I'm a big juicer. This is delicious. Definitely taste the ginger. If you're a ginger person, you like it. Super good. I would give it a try. And now on to the one thing I'm eyeing up, cheese pizza. I'm gonna try. I can't believe that's vegan. It doesn't taste vegan. So I think Tamera's gonna make me go vegan and get rid of cheese. All very good. Come down to Juice Joint, try all of this for yourself. Let me know what you think.
Government doesn't make a move without an agenda, some type of plan. The problem is we haven't been on the agenda. Sometimes we're overlooked. Sometimes our interests aren't the interest of those in power. I'm your host, Kerwin Gaines, on DETV's new show, The Agenda. We're going to do our best to ensure that you, Delawareans, are knowledgeable about what's going on in the Assembly. Federal government, local government, it doesn't matter. We're going to do our best to ensure that folks that make the agenda on a daily basis have to answer for it. Let them explain what they're doing. If it affects you, it's on the agenda.
Thank you to Lanice and Tamera again for having me. I brought you guys back some treats though. I brought you back some treats because I love you some.
I'm a little jealous because I'm down there every morning.
I know.
Every morning.
And I was going to bring you your go-to, but I drank it. I made up for it though.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We gonna talk.
Oh my gosh.
You gave her my morning birthday.
And she told me, this is Jordan's favorite. And I was like, sure, I'm going to take it to him.
And drank the whole
And I
thing.
brought it. So it's not her fault, it's mine.
Yeah.
But I brought other
This is so
fun
awesome.
treats. So
What do you have here?
So that is their number one top seller green tonic. I got to try a little bit of that. No wonder it is one of their top sellers. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is healthy too.
Definitely.
They
Health
both
as well.
of them are really, really big into health, nutrition. So for me, I was in heaven.
Yeah.
I was in
Everything's
heaven.
very organic.
That's really good.
Yeah.
It's pear, green apple, kiwi, lime, ginger, mint, and spinach. If my family heard this right now, they'd be like, you ain't drinking that. I don't need anything healthy.
My family looks at me like I'm weird because I do all I enjoy juicing. I'm such a healthy eater, and I eat so different from the rest of my family, but I absolutely love juice joint.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
This is so good.
So
I mean,
what do
and
you
that
have?
one has the appropriate amount of ginger. Like,
I love ginger, period.
I do
Like,
love
put a little
too.
ginger in everything.
Yeah. So they
Yeah.
nailed that.
So what do you have?
I have the sweet greens, which has pineapple, cucumber, green apple, and mint.
It's the mint that sets that one off. Yeah, the
Okay.
mint makes that one really special. This one has carrot, apples, lemon, and ginger.
Ooh.
This,
What is that? Bridget?
Bridget Ginger. Bridget Stinger.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm messing.
Yes. Sorry about
That's
that.
all right.
And see, this is gonna be delicious.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try some of this. And then what do we have here?
Delectables.
Oh, so good.
Delectables.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Mini oatmeal
Tamera?
raisin
This is
cookies.
Tamera.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in this one here, I have the pine and apple chips. So that's what I have in this
That's up my
bag.
alley.
Okay.
That I cannot wait to try.
This is kettle corn.
Yeah.
No artificial coloring, preservatives, excellent sour fiber, vitamin A, E, K, and B6. I didn't even know there was a vitamin E. That goes to show.
You didn't know about vitamin E?
I know. No,
It's great for the skin.
It is.
Yes.
Let me find out.
Elasticity and everything. Yes, don't get me started.
Let me find out.
What do you have?
So this is the mini oatmeal raisin cookies. Yeah, no artificial colors, no preservatives, excellent source of fiber, vitamin C and vitamin K, which those are also good for.
Is it good? I knew it would be. I think it's all going to be good. I
Yeah.
haven't tried.
Of course. Now, you know what makes this taste even better to me? All of this, I love that the juice joint is owned by two Black women.
Yep.
Renee and Lanice.
Yep.
Hey, Renee. Hey, Lanice.
Yep.
And Tamera, she does the Delectables, which I think is amazing. She's another Black woman.
Yep.
So
Young.
young
Very
as well,
young.
indeed. And so Renee and Lanice, they opened the juice joint during the pandemic.
Yeah, we
last
talked
year.
about that.
Yeah. So amazing. I love them a long time. I enjoy talking to them. They're a source of inspiration for me. But I love everything that they have going on.
Find an apple chip.
Oh, I already love these.
No.
Oh, this is
But one
moist.
of the things that I
Moist.
loved,
Ooh.
I can't wait to try that one.
Yeah.
But I mean, and also too, like what Tamera, the deal with ShopRite that she has.
I know,
it's
that's so
phenomenal.
amazing.
Yeah.
I can't have
Yeah.
You can't have oat.
This is good.
Okay.
I know. It sucks.
But these are really good, like back to school snacks too.
Right?
I
Nice,
agree.
healthy options.
This would be good.
I agree.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and it's as we talk about back to school stuff. The school year's about to start.
It sure is.
And I'm always looking for. I'm one of those moms that always packs lunch. Excuse me. I always pack lunch for my munchkin, and I'm always looking for something healthy and balanced to put into her lunch. So I always like to put fruit in there, and instead of like chips, I like doing stuff like this if I
Yes.
could sneak it in.
Glad I'm not drinking fruit.
So,
Ugh.
listen, she'll thank me when she's an adult and she's good and healthy.
I was the one that always had the veggie sticks. The
Yeah.
bag of veggie sticks.
Yeah.
That was me.
Oh, you're such
Yeah.
a good kid.
Yeah.
I know.
I was
We
the
do
one
veggie
when
sticks and
my dad
chips.
said, "Don't get no more cookies." I got
No.
more.
See, I don't know about you guys, but like I was a big like take my lunch. Like even in high school, I mean that's around the time I went vegetarian anyway. So for me, better safe than sorry. So I always packed a lunch. The only time I actually like bought lunch was on French bread pizza day.
Oh wow.
You know what?
Do you remember that?
I remember it.
We went to the same high school.
We both went to the same high
everybody,
school.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
That was the only
it was
time
awesome.
I don't know if you guys saw though, New Jersey just implemented a mandatory vaccine policy.
They
It's
did.
either- so
Yeah.
it's gonna, and that's for teachers. So it's either mandatory vaccination or you're going to have to get tested.
Go get that
weekly.
test.
Yeah.
Could you imagine getting tested weekly? And then I know Philadelphia
did the
School
same
Board
thing,
did
right?
the same.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if Delaware did the same.
Yeah. My uncle
I mean-
actually just asked me if Delaware had moved on to that, and I was like, no,
don't know.
not yet.
I don't know.
No,
It's gonna be
not
interesting.
yet. No.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And see, I think as we're transitioning into the fall, back to school time. So today is actually Tori's first day of school.
Oh.
6th grade.
Wow. I
I have a 6th grader. It's crazy. But
believe
they're
it
wearing
now.
masks. All the kids are wearing masks. So having her transition and getting her school supplies ready and all that good stuff, just reminding her to keep her mask on. And I didn't have packed lunch growing up, but it's something that I've always did for my kid just because I wanted to be that mom. So packing her lunch, making sure I got, the sandy wipes
My
and
mom
hand
made me pack my
sanitizer
own
in her
lunch.
bags.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, after a certain point, you,
You
should.
should.
Definitely.
Yeah,
So I'm not mad. I
Do
did
your
it.
laundry, do it all.
Yeah.
Get it together. Well,
Yeah.
I'll
I
see
was
you
a
guys.
free lunch kid.
Well, guys, I've always enjoyed starting my week off with
Yes.
you guys. You see, I got my mouth full, right?
I know.
So this has been fun. Big shout out to Ive and the crew at DETV. Enjoy your Monday.
Good morning, Wilmington.